For the past few years, the Oklahoma City Thunder has been going through a rebuild. As the rebuild, I definitely can say they handled it the greatest way possible, because as of the team right now, it is actually great with a whole bunch of young talent. And one of those young talents is SHAI Gilgeous-Alexander. This man is a walking bucket. He will literally drop you off and post on Instagram the next day and use y'all as the caption after he just dropped you off. But SHAI is a very talented guard. When they say his mid-range game is nasty, when it comes to creating shots and actually getting his shot off, it is actually crazy how he can end up doing the diversity of snatchbacks or even hitting you with an in and out, going to the hole, going with a floater. But look, let's hop into my player builder and make an SHAI build for y'all boys today, as the build is going to be a point guard, 6'6", 185 pounds. You can go 7'2" wingspan or 7-foot wingspan, but I do prefer the 7-foot wingspan so you can get a faster jump shot. But if you don't care for that type of thing, hey, go with the 7'2". Now look, I'm going to show you two versions of this SHAI build. There's going to be one just that's slightly tweaked to show you how great you can make the build. But I'm going to start out with the physicals. As of the physicals, I'm not going to have higher acceleration than having higher speed. I'm going with an 86 speed to get that speed booster on go, 83 acceleration to get blow bys on go on this build, because he does end up getting past his defenders. It don't matter if it's a floater, Euro step, things like that. This man, he attacks the hole and he end up doing a snatchback, and he'll maybe shoot a mid-range here and there when he feel like it. But look, now we got the scrim. The scrim is a 65 just for fearless finisher on goal. You're gonna see I'm gonna put it at 65 for that reason. But if you're someone that doesn't think you might need that, hey, drop it to 60 so you can have that fearless finisher on silver. But this is how you're gonna set up your physicals for this build. This is the best way I could definitely tell you you can set it up. When it comes to actual ball control and all the playmaking, we're gonna go to 92 ball control so we can unlock speed booster on goal, get all those good dribble moves like that. But also we're gonna get that speed booster having that 83 speed with ball. Now look, most builds you usually see, they only got like an 80 pass accuracy, 85 pass accuracy. Sometimes you might see some people with 91s, but we're gonna rock out with an 87, because if we end up going any higher than this, we're gonna cook the build. So 87 pass accuracy, you get bailout, you get dimer on silver, special delivery, things like that. Now, as of this build, you got great pass accuracy, you got great ball control. Now for the shooter, we're gonna end up putting his three-pointer somewhat moderate. I know a lot of people would end up just stopping at 73. I'm gonna give him a little leeway. I'm gonna do a 78 three-pointer. If you wanna go to 76, hey, that's up to you, just get your agent threes. But I'm gonna go 78 if I have a little threshold, a little leeway for my three-pointer. And then my mid-range will be a 90 mid-range, so you can get all those badges at least on goal. Now, you get open looks on Hall of Fame, so that's going to come very in handy if you shooting threes or shooting a mid-range. But a lot of people might stop at the 88, the 90, or 92, but for this build we're going to stop at 90. And as of the free throw, we can go to 77 for the free throw. Now look, with SHAI being like a mid-range slasher or mid-range shot creating slasher, he's mostly going to do floaters, Euro steps, and things like that go into the hole. He don't really dunk like that, but he'll dunk when he needs to. So the two thresholds I'm going to use for dunking is 65 and 70. For this one, we're going to go with 65 because the layup will be very high. Now look, as of the layup, there's going to be two thresholds. You're going to go 88 or 91. If you want float game on Hall of Fame, you're going to go 88. You're going to get some good layup package. But I do recommend to go to 91 so you end up getting that slithery on go. Now with having that slithery on go, you got to look at all the finishing badges that you get. All the layup badges, you get them all on Hall of Fame. Two-step, you get the spin cycle, you get the floater, you get the scooper. All those badges, every layup badge will be on Hall of Fame with a 91 layup. Now for the post control, we're going to go with a 75 post control so you can be able to get the post spin technician, the post fade phenom on go, but also you get the little dream shake if you want to end up getting crazy in the post. But you can do about decently in the post with this build, especially with having a 90 mid-range. But for the defense, now this is where you're going to have to really sacrifice, but I made sure that you had somewhat type of defense where you can play perimeter and things like that and possibly get contest on a build like this. As of being this build 6'6", you're gonna have a 75 perimeter, get clamps, things like that. But for the block you can stop at 68 if you want to, but I want the 70. I might as well up it just a little. So I went 70, have a 50 interior, 35 steal, and then I'm gonna have a 30 rebound. And this is what the first build looked like. And the name that you get on this build is just crazy. That's the one thing I like about this build. You don't usually see this name on a build when you go to the rack, the park. Most of the time, you're never gonna ever see this build name. And the name they end up giving you is a offensive heavy point. And me seeing that name just made me happy because I'm tired of seeing the floor spacing slashers and things like that, 3-point shot creators. I'm just tired of seeing those names over and over when it comes to making these type of builds or even scoring builds. But look, we might hop in the second build. The second build is very similar. I told you this already. We're gonna have the same physical. So whatever we had in the first one, 86, 83, then we're gonna have a 65 strength, but it's optional. You can go 65 or 60. But if you're gonna have a 91 layup, you might as well, or even a high 85 layup, you might as well have a 65 strength so you can get that fearless finisher. As this being a layup build, why would you set yourself up like that and not put your strength up just to get that badge? But for this version of the build, we will have an 88 layup. I told you, get the floater on, you get every layup badge on Hall of Fame going 88, 71 in close shot, so you can be able to hit those floaters and things like that. And also you get fast twitch. But now you get a 70 dunk. A 70 dunk can get the job done. Hey, if you want to go 71 and end up doing a meter dunk if you want to and take, hey, that's up to you. But as the post control is going to be exactly the same. It's going to be a 75. But now this build is going to end up being able to get a standing dunk. Now, last build couldn't get a standing dunk because how high the layup rating was. So now we can get a 40 standing dunk on this build. Now, 40 gets you the little entry level. You get one dunk package, but that's still something. That's better than not having a standing dunk, because I'm telling you now, not having a standing dunk, only time I get a standing dunk on certain builds, if somebody throw the ball to me and I'm literally right by the rim, it'll literally drag me to the rim. But hey, the mid-range is going to be the same, a 90 mid-range, so we get all these lovely badges. And then for the three-pointer, we're going to rock out with the 78 again. Playmaking is going to end up being the same. If you want to do the 76, three-pointer, 77, that's on you. You still get great jump shot bases because you have a 90 mid-range. The free throw, optional to you. If you want to go with 71, if you want to go to 80, that's up to you. But everything else is going to be about the same. That's the only really big difference with this build. The 88 layup versus the 91 layup. The 88 layup frees up a lot of space. You get one extra badge, but now you get 70 driving dunk, 40 standing dunk. And then that's really it. That's the only really big difference. Everything else is going to lock up the same way. But don't forget, having a 65 driving dunk, you get some decent good dunk packages that can get the job done. But most of the time, you might end up laying the ball up because you have Hall of Fame layup badges. So that's going to make more sense to try to do layups. And layups are very broken on this game. Now look, in the comment section, let me know. Which SGA build are you messing with the most? Are you messing with SGA build 1 or 2? The one with the 91 layup or the one with the 88 layup? I'm going to be honest, the 88 layup end up bringing a lot more. Even if I drop my driving dunk to 65, I can get a 45 standing dunk, and then I possibly can get something else when it comes to defense, or maybe end up getting a 92 mid-range if I don't even push it up to a 45 standing dunk. But for the name that you end up getting on this build, it's kind of generic. It's the usual name that you see all the time in every game mode, but all it has is playmaking in front of it. And as of the name, it's a playmaking 3-level threat. And I got multiple 3-level threats on this game. Now I have a higher pass accuracy, so now I'm a playmaking 3-level threat. Now look, if y'all want to see this SGA build in a wreck, or you want to see it in the park very soon, I'm gonna need y'all boys to show some love to the video. Y'all gotta make sure y'all like the video, make sure y'all subscribe, make sure y'all turn on post notifications if y'all haven't yet. Hey, if y'all want that gameplay, I got y'all. But I know you see these 2 videos on the screen, man, so go check them out.